Hello, this is Dr. Dave Gaitros, and I want to finish up our directory management series of lectures. This is Directory Management 5. Some useful commands that you'll find helpful in doing assignments. I'm going to start off, and we've seen this one before. It's print working directory. It's a very, very handy way to just say, where am I at this particular time and space, PWD, and that's really the only option. There are a few other options, but they're very seldom ever used. Um, the other thing you can do is if in your home directory you can actually echo home, and that'll tell you your home directory, but not the one that you're currently logged into. Okay, so that's print working directory PWD. Okay, the next one is calendar. Okay, cal. You'll see when I press enter in CAL, it gives me the current month, and this is September 2017. And it is the same thing as CAL-1, which is 1 month. If I say CAL-3, it gives me the previous, the current, and the next month's calendar. I can also say, give it a year. I can say calendar 1955, and it will give me the entire calendar for 1955. If I add to that a -J, 1955, what it does is it gives me the instead of the day of the month, this is a Julian date that it gives me, so that's also very handy too. Okay, that's clear. The more complex of the commands that I'm going to show you today is date. Date and time actually are very complex. So if I type in date, it gives me the current date in a very, very specific format. This is Thursday, September 21st. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 31 seconds Eastern Daylight Time, 2017. Okay, I can format it specifically, and I'm going to show you each one of these formats and kind of put them together at the end. Okay, so if I say date, and I put in the double quote and this plus, and put %A, okay, that gives me Thursday, THU, which is the day of the week. Today is Thursday. Okay. If I change that to an uppercase A, what it does is it spells the entire day of the week out. Same way with B. Put in a lowercase b, and that gives me the month. The uppercase B gives me September. I put in D, okay, it gives me the day. Today is the 21st. And Y, lowercase y, gives me the 2-digit year, and I put in the uppercase Y, and it gives me the century plus the year 2017, the full year. Now I can put this all together, so I can say date, quote, plus sign, and I can say I want the day of the week, which is $, uppercase A. I put in a space bar, okay, Thursday, and I want to put in the month. I want the full month, so I put in $B, or %B for the full month, okay, the month, and then space, and then the day, which is $D, and put in a comma, and then $Y, okay, end quote. And now I have Thursday, September 21st, comma, 2017. And there are lots of other options. I'll just kind of show you a few of them. You can go through the help file and find those out yourself. You can say $C gives you the date. The uppercase C just gives you the day itself. Let's see. We can get into F. Yeah, F is the full date with the year first, the month, and then the year. You can do hours. Okay, there's hours. It's 1400. If you change that to an uppercase I, that gives you the 2 o'clock. It gives you the 12-hour version instead of the 24-hour version right there. Let's turn to the next page. M gives you the minute, so it's 3 minutes after 4 at this particular time. The lowercase r gives you the time in the AM or PM, 12-hour clock. This one's a peculiar one. This is S, lowercase s, which gives you the number of seconds that have elapsed since January 1st, 1970. I don't know what significance that was, other than, that's the month I turned 15 years old, so I can't tell you. But you can also do the time, uppercase T, time. Okay, there's the time and 24-hour clock. And there are a few others. For instance, you can get the day of the week in numerics, excuse me, it's lowercase u, so it's the fourth day. And a few other options, but these are the main ones you'll use. Okay, that's time. You can also do time, which gives you the time, and we don't cover time, but if you want to look at man time, you can go in time. There's not too many options you can use. It just gives you the current clock time that's listed on the machine itself. Okay, and you can actually format it yourself, but it's something we don't use too often. Okay, clear. Okay, time. Let's go into disk usage. Disk usage. If you just say DU, what it does is it looks at your current directory and all the directories below it and comes up with your disk usage. This is a temporary directory I use for the class. There's not much in it. If I say just DU-A, it gives me all of it, which are all the files and the amount of space it's used. DU/-AC, and that's characters and bytes, the same thing. But if I change that sheet to H, it puts in a human readable and puts it into kilobytes, megabytes, and gigabytes. And you can also do a -S, which is a summary, which tells you all the bytes that are used in that particular directory. Clear. Echo. You can say my name is David, and you can echo that out. But you can also echo variables. For instance, anything that starts with a $ is a variable that holds information, and you can echo that out and you say home. Okay. You want to know what shell you're running? You can say echo shell, and I'm running the TCSH shell on this particular machine. Clear. We've seen that before. Just clears it. Actually, doesn't clear the screen, just scrolls it up. The screen is still there, and if I can, if you can see, all the commands are still there. It just scrolls the screen up. Okay. Word count's another interesting, and I'm going to change to my home directory because there's a file in there I use. Okay. Word count tells us the number of lines, the number of words, and then the last number is the number of characters in that file. And you can identify each one. For instance, if I say word count -L row.txt, it tells me the number of lines. If I change that to a -W, it tells me the number of words. And of course, I can change that to a -C. It tells me the number of characters. Okay. Looking at word count, we'll pull up word count here. You can see that there's a few others. -L, uppercase L, gives you the max length of a line in there. So look at the let me quit clear. Word count -uppercase L row.txt, and the largest line is 38 characters. You ever want to know who you are? Okay, well, you can type who am I, and it'll give you your username right there. Okay, who tells you actually is who is on the machine, and then of course this is shell. There's lots of people logged into it. The last command you won't. Well, let me show you this. See if finger works. Gaitros. Yeah, it does on shell. On shell, you can, if you want to find out a user, if you got a name of someone, their first name, their last name, or their username, it'll search for all those. And it also displays the .plan file, and here it shows that I've been on since September 21st at 9 o'clock. I got mail forwarded to an Exchange server, and there's the contents of my plan right there. You can also, there's a utility called write, and I'm not sure it's turned on in shell. Let's see if it is. Yep, it is. And what I can do is anything that I type in, appears on my screen. So this is how we used to do chats on old Unix machines, and what you can't see is I'm logged into the other machine over here, and it's actually appearing on the page. So Control Z suspends it and stops that process. Well, those are some useful commands I think you'll find handy as you slug along here in Unix. Hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in class.